Moon Knight is a very interesting Marvel character in the comics. He started out basically being Batman, but he fought werewolves, also involved the Moon God conjure, also had multiple secret identities. Then he became a bit more magic focused, but then that slowly changed and they focused on the multiple identities. And that's when Moon Knight's DID was talked about more and became a big part of what that character is. MCU's take on Moon Knight I actually liked, but I have one big problem with it. And it's because the show isn't Moon Knight. And what I mean is it doesn't feel like the same character. It feels different, and I believe that's because it's not as darker and they've made Moon Knight less of a street hero. He's much more big action hero. And yes, I know his powers in the comics are always changing and are very unknown to what he can do, but he shouldn't be able to be stabbed and live. I just feel like that's not Moon Knight's character. Also, I don't think the show focuses on Mark's mind, basically. Maybe because they basically do say it's magic, so it's implied he does actually have the idea, it's not because of Khonshu. But either way, in the comics, they delve into it more, and I feel like you get to know the character well and know why he acts the way he does. But yeah. Also, Concha in the show was actually good. He's very comic accurate. Oscar Isaac, I think, does good as Mark. I really think he fits character well. His Steven is nothing really like the comics. I'm not annoyed about it, it's just weird at times. Jake Lockley is a bit annoying because I hate that they're sort of making him a villain. Even though in the comics he's sort of an actual alright guy, like he's friends with a lot of people, so that's kind of annoying. So a big thing that was changed was Steven is Mr. Knight in this show. Now, the big problem with that is Steven doesn't act like Mr. Knight. And Mr. Knight's a very different character. There's rumors that he's just Mark, but then there's also a lot of people who believe he's another identity made up by Mark. Either way, he's always been very intelligent, very smart and tactical, and really good at fighting. And with Steven's character, it's just not that, and it feels very weird. And now I'm a bit worried now that when I say Mr. Knight, people either think the MCU one, what is totally different, or think the comic one, what is totally different from comics. Either way, it wasn't a change I despise, it's just I didn't full on like it because I would have had they built up a Mr. Knight arc, then we go up Mr. Knight, but yeah. When they first started to talk about the show, they described it as a fusion between Fight Club and Indiana Jones. But to me, I didn't see a lot of Fight Club and mostly saw Indiana Jones. What isn't bad, but with Moon Knight, there's normally some psychology or mystery to it, or just weird imagery. Like in the comics, normally there's very weird mind scenes talking about his past and everything else. Also, in my opinion, if they ever want to do a more weird psychological midnight show, I would suggest basing it off of Fight Club, Shutter Island, and even Legion, what is already another Marvel show, what I think does weird mind-boggling scenes perfectly. But yeah, overall I just feel like the show's good, it's just not exactly what Moon Knight is. It's just feels like another hero who just happens to have the certain traits of Moon Knight, but not everything is there. Anyway, thank you for watching. Maybe like the video or even subscribe or do whatever you want. I'm not controlling you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Maybe check out some of my other videos. But yeah, that's all I have to say, and goodbye. Forgot to mention one other thing. The whole evil Jake Lockley thing, I've also seen a big complaint about it because it's sort of a stereotype with DID stuff. And yeah, it is. The idea that someone who has DID has an evil identity is sort of a stereotype in shows and media altogether. What is another reason why I think they should just try and do something different with it. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Anyway, goodbye again.